The Community Loan and Grant Fund is something we first told you about. I think it was back in maybe September or October. Now, this isn't the $10 million small business fund that we also have in place, but this is for a different purpose, and it's a different type of fund. And joining us right now, a couple of people. Devon Gibson is the Community Initiatives Associate for BCVision. And Devon, nice to see you. Good morning.
You too, Tim. Thanks for having us.
And also Margaret Kirk. She is a business owner who has benefited from this fund. She owns Massage Green Spa. Margaret, nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Good morning.
Nice to meet you as well, Tim. Good morning.
We're going to find out all about your business and how you've used the fund in just a little bit. But let's find out a little bit more about the fund and, of course, BCVision. Devon, tell us what BCVision is all about and what you do as the Community Initiatives Associate.
So BCVision is a community initiative process that was started back in 2014, 2015 by the Kellogg Company and the Kellogg Foundation. And it's essentially a way to try to improve Battle Creek. There's trying to make it a place where people are proud to live, work, and play. So this specific fund, there's a small business action team, and they had done a study to kind of look at the small business climate in Battle Creek and see what were some of the things that we were lacking. So one of the things that was identified was there was inadequate regional funding for startups and small businesses. So the small business action team looked to start a micro fund loan or grant that we could give out to small businesses. So it's not going to be a massive loan, but it was more so if you had something smaller. So let's say you're a restaurant and you have the big thing that's holding up your business is you need a vent for a stove. Well, rather than having to go out to a bank and go through their process, we had a quick 1-2 page application grant loan fund that you could come to, and you would be able to get that money a lot quicker. So we were trying to find ways that we could get money into the hands of small businesses fast and easy.
You know, it ties in pretty well with the news story that we have today. The old Shrank's Cafeteria building.
Yeah. Right
down on Michigan Avenue is, the news came out yesterday that Battle Creek Unlimited, which are the current owners of the property, they're going to have to tear it down, both buildings. And maybe, who knows, it could be a park or maybe somebody will build something new there, but the building can't be saved. And I was remarking just before the news what I knew about the history of the building. The owners, Steve and Rita DeVore, decided to retire, so they sold it on a land contract, and the timing was terrible. It was 2007, and economically the whole country was challenged at the time with a recession. And they just couldn't make a go of it, because the restaurant business, like a lot of businesses, there's not a lot of wiggle room there, as far as staying in business and profits and loss. And so they ended up, the divorce got the property back, but it had sat long enough where they just couldn't reopen because the health codes prohibited, no longer grandfathered the freezer, for instance, and other things. This fund would be perfect for something like that. Somebody who needed a freezer and there's no way they could afford it to reopen might be able to actually apply and get the grant or get a loan at least and get back in business.
Right, absolutely. It's and like I said, the process is pretty easy. It's a 1-2 page application. We usually can get the turnaround time is pretty fast on it. So it's a great way to come in. Like I said, you're not going to be able to run your business entirely off of it. It's for specific things like a freezer or a vent, or something else for your marketing, things like that. But it was something that our community desperately needed. And now with the $10 million fund that the Kellogg Foundation helped establish, we have a lot of resources that weren't here 2-3 years ago for small businesses. So it's really key to creating that small business environment that is so important to communities. I mean,
it's a cushion, it's a boost. If you're on the bubble there and you can't figure out how you're going to do that one little thing, then maybe this can get you over the top and move onward and upward. That is really great. Now, how did the fund get started, and how much is in it, and what's the goal?
So the fund was started. We looked at a couple different options, and we heard about the Community Reinvestment Act, which came about in the 1970s. It's a federal piece of legislation that requires banks to put money into local economies to benefit low-income and middle-income neighborhoods. And it kind of came about due to the like redlining and things that were big in the back then. So it was established that banks are supposed to put in money to things like this to help spur development in those neighborhoods that traditionally would not have been eligible for a bank loan. So we reached out to several banks, and Old National Bank and Chemical Bank were the first two to step up, and they both contributed $10,000 to the fund. And then the Miller Foundation matched that. Sarah Wallace has been leading the committee that's been running, that established the fund from the Miller Foundation. So she matched it, $5,000 for each of those. So that gave us another 10. So we're up to $30,000 of the $50,000 goal. And so far, we've had about 7 businesses that have benefited from that. And those grants, a mix of grants and loans, and it's been about $14,000 of that has been spent just within the last few months.
So there's still money just sitting there in the fund and just waiting for people to come up and say, hey, I've got a really good reason for a loan or a grant.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, and one of those people is with us, Margaret Kirk, owner of Massage Green Spa. Hi there.
Hi, Tim.
Where are you located? Where's your business?
My business is located on 5568 Beckley Road, Suite 2. It's right next to Jimmy John's.
Oh, okay.
In Battle Creek.
We know where that is. Yeah.
Yes.
How long have you been in business?
I've currently been in business about 20 months at Massage Green. I actually took over the business from a previous owner, but I've been in the wellness business for about 18 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Here in Battle Creek or elsewhere?
Yes, right here in Battle Creek as a sole proprietor.
We have quite a history of wellness here in this city, as you well know.
Yes, we sure do.
And so I take it that Massage Green Spa kind of ties in with some of that great wellness history that we have. I like to joke around about Dr. John Harvey Kellogg and his crazy ideas about eating healthy food and exercise and fresh air and pure drinking water and, and all of that stuff. But somewhere along the line, we realized, hey, there might be something to that.
Yes, it is. Definitely. We actually offer the dry sauna. That was one of the things that Kellogg actually got into, is getting into the sauna and drinking plenty of water after you have massages. We actually offer massages at Massage Green, and we offer facials. We actually want to take care of our skin as well, and we actually want to get in the sauna and detox and be well.
I actually get massages routinely, so I know about this. But why do you have to drink water after you have a massage, and why a lot of it?
Okay. I'm glad you asked me that. After getting a massage, it actually releases some of the inflammation and some of the toxins in the body. So the water that you actually drink actually helps flush out the body and detox the body, because we don't want the toxins to actually go back into the bloodstream, but we actually want to flush it out with plenty of water.
If you haven't had a massage in a while, you won't believe how great you feel, but you also won't believe how lousy you feel if you don't drink that water.
Exactly.
And that's an indication of what you just said, that it actually is loosening those toxins and things and cleaning out your body.
Exactly. It sure is.
That's a good idea to just drink a lot of water anyway.
Yes, plenty of water.
Yeah. So the dry sauna now, my father-in-law actually has one in his basement because he's from the UP.
Okay.
Yeah, where they do such things. But that is kind of along the same lines. Does that actually draw toxins out?
Yes, the infrared sauna actually goes in and it heats the body from the inside out, and it draws out the impurities, gets rid of inflammation, and actually starts to regenerate the red blood cells and the white blood cells. It is basically gives you a kickstart on regenerating the body, releasing the toxins, releasing any acid, any lactic acid, uric acid, all those type of acids that may be in our body, and bring it to a pH balance, and allows our body to heal itself.
And those types of acids, they get into the joints and arthritis-like symptoms. If you can find a natural way to manage that, you'll feel a lot better. Right?
Yes, you'll feel a lot better, and also is good for cardio. We actually have a cardio health program that is within the sauna that actually heats up the heats up the body and it gives you a feel of exercising. So you're actually losing some calories, 500 calories, up to 500 calories while you're in the sauna.
Wow.
Yes.
Guess I better come and visit.
Yes.
So how many people do you have working at Massage Green Spa,
It's about
Margaret?
8 of us that are currently working at the Battle Creek Massage Green.
Mm-hmm.
We have about 6 therapists that are actually there. We actually have another one that's out on maternity leave, but she'll be back soon, that is currently working. And then we have some spa associates that work at the desk to help with the appointments and help people gain wellness.
And how did you use the community loan and grant fund?
I actually used the community loan and grant fund for some equipment. We needed new computers at our desk because our computers they were kind of stopping and going, and they were getting old and outdated.
Yeah.
They were getting a little outdated, so we needed that, and we needed some equipment and some more phones at the desk, so that actually helped with the check-in and the check-out, so we wouldn't have any downtime. And we actually were able to get some cabinets also from the community loan to help with the improvement of the spa.
Yeah, and these are all kind of things where we know we need it, but maybe if business picks up, we'll be able to do that, because otherwise it's just not what we need. I mean, it's not what we can spend money on right now.
Yes, so. Exactly. It was actually good. It was, like he said, a great boost for us. We didn't have to go to a bank and fill out a lot of paperwork and waiting, but it was really a relaxing event. I just filled out a simple form and waited to hear back, and we were actually able to get the loan, which was great.
Excellent. So not only a loan, but some of that was grant,
Some
too.
of it was grant as well, yes.
Yeah, wow, that is really great. We are talking about the Community Loan and Grant Fund. Margaret Kirk is the owner of Massage Green Spa here in Battle Creek. She has been a recipient of not only a loan, but also a grant as part of the fund. And Devon Gibson is the Community Initiatives Associate for BCVision, telling us about how it all works. And Devon, you said initially about $30,000 was raised through donations from the banks and a matching gift from the Miller Foundation. We'd like to get that to 50. What do we need to do to get that to 50?
Well, there are we've written letters and reached out to banks and credit unions, and they have different guidelines, because we basically had to write a proposal to them, and then they decided if they wanted to match or not, or to invest or not. And so we're just continuing to reach out to them, but also if people want to donate to it as well, that'd be great, because in this country, as much as we talk about the Amazons and the Apples of the world, it's built on small businesses like Massage Green Spa. 99% of the businesses in America are small businesses with less than 500 employees. In Battle Creek, it's even smaller. It's about 4 employees. Most of the businesses here have about 4. So it's really important to help support them. In this country, they employ about half of the people. It's about 48% of people working are employed by small businesses. So it's really important to provide them support. And when we talk about this community, we talk about what we don't have a lot. Well, we have a lot of great small businesses, and we got to make sure we're supporting them. And this is a way that we can support them. And over the last year or so, we've built a few different funds that businesses can tap into now that weren't there. So it's just trying to help create that climate where small businesses can come in and thrive.
Yeah, how many times have you seen a small business or restaurant or a place like that here in Battle Creek, and you love the place, you love to do business there, but you're telling yourself, I should go there more often, and then one day they just finally throw in the towel and they're gone, and you're not going to be able to go there anymore. And, maybe they were right there on the brink of just needing a little bit of help to get through a tough part of the season. And now we've got this fund here. So we hope that people can support the fund and also take advantage of it. How do we figure out, who gets how much, and once you get the applications, what's the process, Devon?
So the fund is kind of managed by the Small Business Development Fund at the city. So there's the email, smallbusinessinfo@battlecreekmi.gov. Or you can call Valerie Burns over there. Her number is 269-966-3355, and the extension is 1193. So when you apply, that's who gets the application, and then their office makes a recommendation to a committee that is members of our grant committee as well as bankers in the community and others. And then they take those recommendations and they might say, well, we like this or we don't like this. Here's what we suggest. And then that's what we end up going with. So it's a pretty quick process. We review applications as they come in. So it's a pretty easy process to get that money. And if there's questions, then they can always reach out to you and follow up with you.
Is there a geographic limitation or area that you have to be in to qualify?
It's the Battle Creek or Greater Battle Creek area.
Okay,
yeah,
great. Well, that sounds fantastic. Margaret Kirk, Massage Green Spa. We keep talking about that dry sauna, but I'm thinking on a cold winter day where it's like 15, 20 degrees out, that might be a great way to do something nice for yourself some afternoon, get out of work a little early, go over and sit in the sauna or maybe have a massage, that kind of thing. You'll feel better. Have you got any specials going on that we might be able to take advantage of? What's it cost me to go sit in that sauna?
Well, it costs you about, for the introductory rate of $19.95 to visit us. We do offer for our wellness members to experience the dry sauna as well at $14.95. And all of our new people that come in, we also offer them the wellness plan. And if they sign up for the wellness plan, they're offered a complimentary sauna. So we like to invite everyone out to come and experience wellness and have a massage and a facial as well and experience the sauna afterwards.
And tell us where you're located one more time.
We're located at 5568 Beckley Road in Suite 2, right next to Jimmy John's.
All right. Or online, massagegreenspa.com.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, nice to meet you, Margaret, and good luck with your business.
Well.
Devon, thanks again for all the work you're doing on this project and helping out small business in town, and also for all the work you do all the other time coaching the St. Phil girls basketball team.
Well, thank you.
You got a night off last night, didn't you?
We sure did.
Unplanned.
Yes.
Well, when's your next game?
Friday night. Jackson Christian at home.
Oh, all right. Great. Well, good luck with that. And thanks again for being our guest here on 95.3 WBCK.